Hey everyone, welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour. I'm Joe.
And I'm Serena.
And we are back for part 2 with Zach and Katie. Hey guys.
Let's get into it.
Okay, so going back, as far as your the home you're looking for, do you have like a set amount of bedrooms that you have to have?
4.
4, okay.
Or only because one's going to be an office, one's going to be the main bedroom, baby room, and then guest room. We need 4.
Yeah.
You need 4. Yeah. It's so different looking for a home than an apartment.
I mean, yeah, because you have to think long term.
Yeah.
You have to be able to like grow into it. Whereas when you're renting an apartment, knowing you're only going to be there for 2 to 3 years, it's just like, what do we need right now?
When I talked to one of you last time, you had mentioned you weren't sure if Austin was long term. Is Austin long term now? Because I thought weren't you guys like in a place where you like you weren't sure?
Yeah. I think we've settled on Austin for the next like 5-6 years for sure. Okay. However, I don't know if I'll be able to handle the heat after the 6 years. So I honestly, I'm very attracted to the Carolinas, North Carolina specifically. However, when that hurricane came through, that obviously kind of like shifted our perspective into moving there and growing a family there. So I think we're going to figure it out. Obviously, California would be incredible, but we're not millionaires, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
it's expensive.
So we'll see. But I don't love the winters.
You don't love the winters in Texas?
No, I'm just saying, like, if we were to move to a different state, I don't want to be in a state or country that's really
cold.
Hence why we wouldn't necessarily go back to Canada.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you don't want the cold and you don't want the heat. So what the fuck, Katie?
Well,
how are we gonna figure this out? Like California is the only place you can live.
North Carolina
really.
is like a muted winter, so it's not like extreme cold and it's not an extreme heat. So that's why it'd be perfect. And you get the mountains. I love being outside. You get the ocean. Beautiful.
You could do Seattle.
Okay.
I feel like Seattle has like no.
You don't want to go to Seattle.
Rainy, no sun.
Yeah.
Oh,
no sun.
No. Okay, so no heat, rain, or cold.
Do you have friends? Do you guys have friends in do you have friends in North Carolina?
No.
No, we've actually never been.
We've
But
never-
have this idea. Kate loves it.
But I feel like you had this issue with like Denver, Colorado. Didn't you want to move there and you went and visit and you were like, maybe not.
Utah.
Yeah.
Utah.
See, I'm similar. I'm similar in that sense where like I think that we should move to Austin.
Yeah, and we've never been.
One of those things where it sounds good.
Austin is so fun. Like it is an amazing city. And that's why like we ended up
Being here so long.
being here so long and see ourselves here for a while. So we'll see. Like maybe we do stay here. I don't know. But it's Texas for right now. And then
We'll
we'll
reevaluate.
spread our wings if we need to.
All right. Well, let's circle back to some more wedding stuff. Let's get into this. What?
No, I was just laughing.
In case, everyone that's listening, we'll keep you posted if they move to Riley in the next 7+ years. But all right, tell us about the dress, what you wore, how you decided.
Okay, so I was actually going to go with like a very simple anthropology dress. And then I was set on that. And then I ended up going into Pronovia's, I think I'm pronouncing that right, in Austin, because I was like, oh, I'm not going to get like that try on wedding dress feeling. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, I'll just book an appointment and then we'll just have some fun and I'll figure it out. Ended up falling in love with a dress at Pronovia's. And so that's where I got my dress from. Originally, I wanted this like very simple. I always wanted a simple, elegant dress. And I didn't want a strapless until I tried on a strapless dress. And I ended up falling in love with the cut of it. And it was still so elegant, so simple. And I also loved the color of it too, because it wasn't like a crisp white. It was kind of like an off white.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like an off white.
Yeah. And I just felt truly so beautiful. And I felt like a little princess in it. So that's new. And then I got very emotional with it on as well. And at the time my friends were there and they were crying too. So it was like that moment where you're like, wow, this is the dress. So yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
What did you wear, Zach?
I just wore a black tux from State and Liberty. And everything was State and Liberty, I think, except the shoes, which I don't know. But
Suit Supply was your white.
Oh, my white dress shirt was Suit Supply, and then everything else State and Liberty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He kind of looked like James Bond.
Little James.
A little bit. But the whole vibe of the wedding that we were going for was kind of like vintage, old money kind of vibe. We have like our film photography as well, which you'll see. So yeah, it was just really classic, simple, old school kind of vibe, which is what I wanted.
That's amazing. Did you wear the dress the whole night, or did you change it all?
No, I didn't wear it to the restaurant. I actually changed into a different dress at night from Sherry Hill, and it was stunning. It was like all pearls on it and beaded and glitzy, and then my shoes were amazing. I loved them. They were from Bella Bell or Bell.
Yes. Wait, I know it. I think I had a pair of shoes from them too for my wedding.
Nice. Oh my God. So comfy. I love them. And the shoes I wore for my actual ceremony were Betsy Johnson, and they were awesome. And because the dress was so simple, the shoe was so beautiful because it had like a little bit of glitz on it. So it kind of popped. I loved them. And they were so comfy.
You have to tell them about your earrings you wore and who wore them before you.
Oh, yeah.
This is
so the earrings were like the main thing that I was like trying to go after. After I tried on that wedding dress at Pronovia's, I went over to Kendra Scott and I was like, oh, maybe I'll find something in here. I ended up falling in love with these earrings. And I was like, can I see these? Like, how much are these? They're like, oh, they're $10,000. I was like, oh my God, this
10 grand.
Wait, where was this?
Kendra Scott. I'm pretty sure
Kendra Scott
in Austin. Yeah.
Yes.
In Canada, I've never heard of the jewelry company, but is really big here in Austin. And I have a really good friend that actually works for Kendra Scott, and she's quite high up. So she actually pulled some strings and she made it work. And she was actually on the phone with me, and she's like, the only other person that's like had these earrings is Michelle Obama.
Wow.
What?
And we found the photo, or your mom found the photo of Michelle wearing the earrings that she wore on our wedding.
Yeah.
No way. Wait, were they the same style, not the exact same earring?
They're the exact same ones.
Yeah. Well, that's what Court told me. Yeah. I haven't like looked at the photo or anything like that, but so crazy.
Yeah, it sounds like the exact ones, not a similar one, the same one brought back to Kendra.
So crazy. Yeah.
That is so cool. Oh my gosh.
The ceremony was done. They're like, we need to come pick up those earrings. I was like, absolutely, whatever you need, I'll drive them to you. Yeah. But I love the earrings so much. They went with the dress perfectly. They were perfect.
They were beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Maybe like a 15-year wedding anniversary gift. Start saving, Zach.
Yeah.
Honestly, I probably would never wear them again.
That's fair.
Kendra Scott, I feel like when I first got off the show, they were doing like a lot of influencer. It was like they
really?
were especially in like Bachelor Land. I don't know. I'm assuming.
I feel like I've gotten invited to like Fashion Week stuff.
The brand's probably really blown up now, but like at the beginning, a lot of people were doing like Kendra Scott ads. That's how I know the brand. I remember seeing it.
It's hard not to add a side of hot, crispy hash browns to your favorite McDonald's breakfast. It's even harder not to eat said hash browns before you get home. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
What do you think of when you hear Amazon keeps me up to date and it's just so easy? Right now,
to do more of what you do.
Putting you on here, fashionistas. eBay is where things, people.
Vows. Did you guys do vows?
Yes, we did. I actually, funny you say that. I actually wrote the second half of my vows when Zach was laying next to me. He wasn't looking at them, obviously, but it was so much easier when I had, not saying that it was hard, but it was just so easier to find the words and like really describe the man that he is.
While you were looking at him writing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew she was doing it too. Because like,
That's so.
I'd be like, oh my God, this is great.
I wouldn't be able to. If I was Zach in that situation, I would feel too uncomfortable.
I was teasing really hard. I didn't want to see it. Like I was like, I wanted to be surprised, but I'll be here to like be your just
Muse.
like or
Muse,
muse for
yeah.
it. Yeah. I thought it was sweet that she did that. Yeah. And I was writing mine just like pen and paper, days before and then we just
and we actually had these little vow books too that were super cute from a company called Keeper, I think it was.
Okay.
And it was just awesome.
It was really sweet. And we read those publicly. So we didn't do private vows, we did them public vows.
Yeah.
Having the little like vow books is so important because like you're so like you're excited, you're also like just so nervous in that moment to think to like have to remember your vows is hard. It's a pain. Actually, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I would not have been able to do it, but then I reflect back to my speech on The Bachelor and I was like, I don't know how I memorized that or
oh yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, because I think you spoke from the heart, like you had something when you were proposing.
Yeah,
but
actually I memorized mine too.
Yeah,
did you memorize yours?
Under that stress too, in front of cameras, and I'm somebody who giggles a lot, and I did that with a straight face. So
well, they printed mine. Someone else typed it up and printed it, and they were like, you guys were supposed to go third, like for the proposals on Paradise because there's multiple in one day, and they were like, but they just bumped you up. You're going second now. You have to like get in your dress, get in the car. So I memorized mine on the way over to the proposal, and I remember standing in front of you. I mean, like you were acting whack, so like I was kind of distracted, but like I was like reading them and I was like, I remember thinking like, I cannot believe that I can remember this right now. Like how did I remember this?
Because
it was a whole page.
Because, and I think it's also because like we're filming a television show. Everything's just like, you really have to be like in it and like it's like very kind of intense, so you're just kind of I think you're just like so on
my
like,
adrenaline was going
I'm
crazy.
fighting through the nerves, I'm fighting through everything. Like
it's also your own words, your own thoughts. It's not like you're like memorizing a page of a book, like you're memorizing something that like you, but like on our wedding day, no way I would have memorized. Did you read them at the ceremony to each other, like in front of family and friends?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Did you guys do a first look or anything, or like a walk down the aisle? Like, what was the format?
Yeah, we didn't actually do a first look.
Not a formal first look, but really the first time I saw her was when she walked down the aisle.
Yeah,
so I never saw her dress.
Yeah,
so
my brother walked me down like this path, which you see in the video, which was so beautiful. That in itself was like really sweet that he was there. And then I remember like I'm about to turn the corner to see Zach, and I literally just stopped and just like broke down in tears because I was like, oh my God, like it all just kind of like caught up to me. I was like, oh, I'm about to walk down the aisle in front of you and marry you. And then I turn the corner and I see his little bubble eye.
I had tears immediately. I saw her about 50 to 60 yards cross the corner and immediately saw her in a white dress. Tears. I was like, oh shit, there she is.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, yeah, it's a big moment.
And you don't realize, and especially like you guys did a smaller chapel wedding, and I'm assuming you probably thought like, because even when we did the courthouse, I remember thinking like, okay, like this is just like, this isn't gonna be emotional, like it's just not gonna be. And then you're in there and you're like, whoa, like fuck, this is heavy. This is like happening right now. Yeah.
No, yeah. When we were at the courthouse, like I wasn't thinking, and then all of a sudden they started like reading the stuff, and I was just like tears. I was like, oh my God, we're getting married.
Yeah. Aw.
Yeah.
No, it's such a beautiful moment. Like I said, like at the start of the podcast, I truly wish I could relive that day over and over again. And it's just also so special to have your loved ones there too. Like you guys know, like my family's from Canada. His from California. So just even to like see my family and have them here was huge. And then just to like witness our love and like from the start, it's crazy. Getting emotional.
Did you have like a favorite moment?
Honestly, when I turned the corner and saw his eyes, yeah, that would probably be the biggest, most special moment. And when my brother also like walked me down the little path. But yeah, just seeing you, and I'm like, that's my man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna marry you.
The ceremony was like the most perfect moment ever. I felt like I was telling her in the car after, I was like, there's not a better day than this. Like, this is a perfect day. I'm the happiest I've ever been. Like, that ceremony was no other words for it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that.
I'm happy every day, babe, of course, but that day was good.
What would you say your biggest and or only regret was the DJ booth during the speeches, or is there anything else you would have changed looking back?
Yeah, I think just not taking our honeymoon and the DJ booth during the speeches.
Not taking your honeymoon right after the wedding.
Yeah, I honestly, I really wish we were on a honeymoon right now, just to like bathe in this moment. But honestly, and as corny as it sounds, like every day is like a honeymoon with him. It's so fun. Like it truly
That was really corny.
No.
Just so you
Put it in a card.
We love each other so much. Like just getting to wake up with him every single day is just so fun. And whether on a trip or whether we're waking up in our home, it's still special. But I would love to be on a beach.
Yeah.
Like having a drink in my hand.
Yeah.
What do you think of when you hear Amazon Prime? Delivery trucks outside your home, your favorite streaming shows, of course. But there is so much more. Whatever you love, anything I need.
It's anytime you keep finding.
Up dreaming about pieces again and again.
To build a comprehensive
Up.
Going up.
But not at Metro.
Resort called
Tech supplies.
Do you think you'll do a mini moon?
Yeah, we're actually gonna do a mini moon in Cabo at this resort called
I'm blanking on the name.
The Conrad?
It
anyway,
looks like a really beautiful place, though.
Yeah.
Like really.
Los Cabos Resort, I think it's called.
When are you guys doing that?
We're looking at end of September, early October, just because I have to be in Canada for my best friend's wedding, and there's another wedding, and Zach's sister's getting married end of July. So there's just a lot of traveling, and we just didn't have.
It's hard. Like now, like I just feel like, you know, when we all go on this show, we meet people that are from different places, and then we're all around like this age where everyone's getting married, and you just constantly are going to weddings. Like we have like we have to travel for like 5 weddings a year.
And like every wedding, whether it's a destination wedding or not, it's a destination wedding for us.
Yeah, it's like always a destination wedding.
But I do love going to weddings. Like
Yeah, they're so fun. Being around love is just so magical. It's so sweet and it's emotional.
Okay, now that you guys are like a fully, not that you weren't successful, but now you're a married couple from the franchise, what advice do you have for these couples that are now coming off of these newer seasons?
Oh, wow. I think the biggest thing, and we've talked about it since we've gotten off the show, is you're going to be distracted by a lot of things going on, a lot of voices, a lot of people talking about you. You're going to be the center of attention. Your number one priority, if you want it to work, should be your partner. And you have to emphasize that. You have to work to that and remind, you know, your partner and yourself that this is why you're together, not for all this extra cool, fun stuff. You can do all of that, but make an effort to love your partner as much as you can. And that's how you'll get over and through all these, you know, crazy stuff. But that's my thing. Just focus on your partner. That's it.
And be just who you are. Like, I feel like sometimes you can see people change, you know, when they get in front of the media or anything like that. But like from the get-go, we were always ourselves.
Yeah.
And we aren't a very, like, yes, we're in the public, but we're also private. We don't let everything out there, which I think is smart.
That can help.
Yeah, in a very public relationship, to keep some of your life private. Like, it doesn't matter about views and engagement. Like, at the end of the day, it is your relationship that matters, not social media.
And that's a choice.
I agree. I think there's a lot of, I think the lines get skewed a little with like making money, and like sometimes couples come off the show and you're able to do really well financially, but it's like, is this now a relationship or is this a job? Like, what are we doing? And then you feel like the need to keep up and keep posting, and then it's like it becomes like, even when we first got together after the show, we had the conversation. I was like, I don't want to ever feel forced to post a couple photo or post like shit about us, because I don't want to fall into that trap.
No, good
right?
for you.
Same exact way.
And I think even like, just like through the grapevine, I've heard that, you know, like some couples are like, why did you get this deal and I didn't? Or you're getting that rate, why didn't I? So I'm like, we have never had that problem, and we never will. Like, we will make sure that never happens.
Yeah.
But just like, yeah, it's like you were saying, like, it's a bonus. Like, whatever happens on the side with social media, cool, great. That's awesome. But at the end of the day, we both have our own jobs. We're a normal couple, and we love each other so much. And that's what matters.
Yeah.
We are at the forefront always.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree. I think I feel like most of the couples that came off the show and like made it through that first year, that is the core piece of advice. And like, that is the common thread between all of us, is like, yeah, you just have to put your relationship first. Like, there's so many distractions, so many opportunities. You could be on different flights in different cities for like the next 6 months if you wanted to be, or you could like be together. And like, the best thing you can do is just be together.
Yeah. And honestly, sometimes we'll get invited to things and we'll be like, I kind of just, I'd just rather be home with you.
Yeah.
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 How is all the normal life stuff? How are the jobs? How is the puppy?
It's been great. I mean, we've got the puppy somewhere around here. She's
probably sleeping somewhere.
She's finally sleeping.
Awesome. She's so smart. She loves people. She loves little kids.
Oh yeah. And loves not
good.
They're running across the street to chase random runners and kids.
Oh my God. Yeah. She ran after like a guy that looked like he was like training for a marathon or something. She like booked it down the street.
Let's trip him up. And I was like, oh,
wow.
But great. Work's
good. Joined a new company back in end of January.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. It's going really great. I'm actually, funny enough, working with my brother-in-law.
Oh, no way.
He helped get me connected to them, and the rest was history.
You're killing it.
I think we met someone somewhere. I'm serious. We met someone that said like you were working for their startup, or they were part of this startup that had like 6 employees and you were one of them.
0.
Yes. So that was my last company. Yeah. I worked there for a year and a half. We were a mental health company, loved their mission. We were doing good stuff there, but there was a point when I had joined, it was 150 employees total. And for the last 7 months, there were 7 of us, and I was the only one leading sales. And it was me, the CEO and CRO, and a couple others. And we were, it was a rough couple months. And then we got bought. So then I was like, all right, time for a new job.
There you go.
Nice.
And he loves his boss so much.
Yeah. Got a great boss, great team.
Yeah.
Coworkers are cool. So that's kind of what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Great.
And I'm just nursing still. But I do want to go to like labor and delivery still, something to do with babies, which I think will also be really great with our transition later down the road with like having a family. Because like in nursing school, you don't really hone in a lot on like pediatrics or neonatal. So I really want to do that, because people will be like, Katie, what do I do when my baby's doing this? I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea what your baby's doing. So yeah, I think it'll be awesome. And just the floor that I'm on right now, which is oncology, it's sad. It's just very sad. So I just need to get out of that. And to be in a little bit of a happier environment.
Yeah, you deserve it.
You guys, honestly, it was great talking to you. So happy for you. The pictures look beautiful. Yeah, just congratulations.
Yeah, we're so happy for you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
And to all our listeners, make sure you download and subscribe to the podcast.
We will have new and exclusive interviews coming your way. Thanks for listening. Bye.